back to the Healing and Wisdom channel. I'm Dr. Crystal Nix, chiropractor and certified acupuncturist. This is Kim.
Hi.
She's going to be working with us today. We're going to do some acupuncture. So we'll just start with just kind of finding out like what's going on today, what you want to focus on, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
So yeah.
So overall, like right now in life, it's just a stressful period.
Okay. Yeah.
So stress and anxiety, and then general health, like detoxing and energy and digestion probably are my big things.
Perfect. Okay. So from the like stress side for sure, as well as like more the digestive side, detox. And then anything like musculoskeletal that you want to focus on? Okay. All right.
Because my work is physically strenuous, so like my back and the back of my legs really bother me.
Okay, got it. Shoulders too, or mostly just the back?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, so back as well as legs. Okay. Awesome. All right. So what we'll do now, we're going to go ahead and check your acupuncture pulses. So we'll check both sides. Again, sorry, my hands are cold. I'm always washing them, so they get cold. All right, so the first acupuncture pulse we're checking here is the small intestines and heart. And that is on the left side here. It feels good, just a nice gentle rhythm there, very nice. Okay, here this is for the liver and gallbladder. So this tends to affect our sleep. This is a little bit on the more like stronger side, so just a little bit more on the overactive side. So not bad, but just something I'll be aware of.
Yeah.
How is sleep going for you?
I sleep well.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
That's good sleep.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
To having like everything else is not going well, to have good sleep is one of the best things. Okay, and then this is for the back. And it is on the stronger side as well, so we'll work on that just to help balance that out. Then we'll check on the right side here for you. This is for the lungs and large intestines. You look good there. Anything with allergies or anything like that?
I have mild allergies.
Okay, yeah.
Seasonal.
Okay, good. And then this is for the stomach and spleen. Yeah, you're actually looking pretty good there too. Maybe a little bit on the more rapid side for the spleen, so we'll work on that.
Okay.
And then here, this tends to be more for the hormones. This is called the triple warmer and pericardium. So in Chinese medicine, those are more focused on the hormones. So, and this tends to be our weakest, especially as women. So, and this is just a little bit on the weaker side for you. So not crazy. But the one that I'd say was most pronounced that I definitely want to focus in on is the liver and gallbladder.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
yeah. So with that, in terms of the different emotions associated with the acupuncture meridians, we have our NET chart here, and that just kind of shows us what the different emotions are with the different meridians. So that with liver, it's anger, and then gallbladder, it's resentment. So sometimes that can be involved. It's kind of interesting with acupuncture, with the pulses, if sometimes we can be in an emotional state that creates that change in the acupuncture pulse, and it can be vice versa too, where we can have some things going on with our liver, gallbladder, and so that makes us a little more irritable and create that more like angry and like fiery type of feeling there.
Right.
So we'll work on those as well as some of the physical things and even with the stress that you had mentioned. And we'll do that in the other room. We'll go ahead and get our acupuncture going now.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, so Kim and I are here. We're gonna go ahead and use the roller table today. So this will be our first time in a video where we use the roller table, but it's one of my favorite ways of using acupuncture, doing acupuncture, and I think
mine too.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's Kim's too. So we're not sure how it'll do with the audio, so if not, then you've got subtitles. I'll make sure that that's in there for you. And one of the good things that I love about the roller table is that one, it's massaging your back, and then two, it's stimulating the bladder meridian on the back. So we'll want to be able to cover two things at once. So what we'll do, I'll have you line face up. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a pillow underneath your knees. Yeah, there you go. Okay, perfect. And then then I'll put this under, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn the roller on, and then you just let me know, is that okay pressure? Okay. If you need me to change it at any point, let me know. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do some oils. So we'll see which ones Kim likes, but we're also going to tailor them to suit the meridians that were overactive, as well as just some of the different complaints that she had come in with. So we'll start with 2 options here. So this one's a little bit more minty, and then it has rosemary in it. So I'm going to let you hold the caps and see which one you like best. So there's that one, and then this one's more earthy. It's got patchouli, frankincense. I think this one. Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll do that, and then we're gonna pick out one that's gonna be more of a woodsy, like earthy type of blend. Okay, so these are the 2 options there. So this one versus this one. These are more like, you know, herbal. Okay, the first one. Awesome. Okay, great. All right, and then from there, we'll do, so because you've had a more of like a physical type of demand, let's see how you do with this one. This is like a, more like a peppermint wintergreen blend, so that you can help more with some of the aches and pains that come along with your job.
Yes.
So, okay, awesome. So what we're gonna do, we'll start with the first one on the head. This is more of a grounding blend. So we'll go ahead and put that across the forehead, and then also here. How's it glow? Is that okay? Okay, I just want to make sure. Can I actually move it and see if it feels any better? Go ahead and relax and see what you think. Is that the curve there? Okay, it just looked like it was not in the right part of your neck. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of the peppermint one here in your shoulders. And then we're going to do that earthy herbal one more on your feet and on your hands and on your wrists and elbows. So these will be some of the points that we'll work on. And this one in particular, the one that's ones that have like trees, like tree types of, so this has like spruce in it, it has marjoram, basil, those sorts of things are really good for the liver and gallbladder meridians. So that's why I'm going to be doing that mostly throughout here. So we're going to go ahead and do your feet as well. I'm just going to go ahead and bring this up to your toes so we can keep your feet warm and yet still cover the points that we need to. Any questions, Kim? Okay, great. Just got a couple more points here on your feet that we'll do this oil on. And in particular, I really want to be able to do this blend on your feet because that's where the liver and gallbladder meridians are, their primary points are. Okay, great. All right, so from here we're going to go ahead and start your acupuncture. A few things here. I'll start on your feet and then we'll work our way up. Okay. Where we'll do your hands, your elbows, your head as well. Okay. And especially when we are dealing with anxiety and just stress in general, the head points are some of the best to be able to help relieve some of that tension that we feel, as well as 2 points right here below the clavicles. Those are really, really good. So I even do that too, like if I'm feeling more just emotional tension, I'll work right in there under the clavicles, or even tap on that point between, like the third eye point between the eyebrows. Those are just some good points to just relieve some of that tension there. And I know we've talked about before the first aid stress tool, which is basically a breathing technique where you hold over the acupuncture pulses and then hold over the 2 acupuncture points on your forehead. And that's also a really great tool for relieving stress. And I usually like to do 3 breaths per side with that. We'll do another video on that, on how to do that, but for now, just holding across your forehead as you're breathing is a good way to be able to just help relieve some of the tension that you might be holding. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Like I said, we'll start in the feet and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that here. And we'll start here. I'm gonna go ahead and raise the pant leg just a little bit. You're wearing the perfect pants. So things that are flexible when you're doing yoga, or well, kind of like yoga clothes would be a really great type of thing to wear when you're preparing for acupuncture. So Kim's a pro at this. She's very good at preparing for her acupuncture visits. Okay, very good. So far so good? Okay, cool. So sometimes the different sensations people feel while we're doing acupuncture are, there can be zingers. That's basically where the acupuncture meridian is, the whole channel just kind of open. So like if I did a point right there and then it just kind of made some shock type of sensation that goes up as well as back up that channel, that's very common and that's normal. Usually goes away in less than 5 seconds. And then sometimes it can be a little bit itchy. When that's the case, I try to actually change the position of the acupuncture needle because that's not the actual chi that we're trying to work on. The sensation of chi, it tends to be more of a deep ache, and it can have that other sensation too, like that almost like electrical sense. Another type of sensation that you can have is warming or cooling effect. It tends to go in the opposite of if you deal with one versus another type of symptom. So for example, I had one patient who her hands were so cold they were just purple, and we did acupuncture, and at the end it was just a normal fleshy color afterwards. So it tends to go in the direction that would bring you back to homeostasis when you're doing acupuncture because it's helping with the circulation. Alright, so we covered the liver and gallbladder points here. Those are especially concentrated here on the tops of the toes. Now we'll go ahead and work our way up and take care of some of the physical discomforts that you've been feeling for shoulders and back. So that's a really great point here for any upper body pain, especially head-related pain right here. That's the large intestines 4 point. Also working on some points that will help hormonally. Therefore, while we're working on the stress and anxiety side, we can help the hormones to be able to balance out as well. How are you doing now? Good. Okay, and then that's especially to help with the shoulder pain that you've been dealing with. Okay, we'll start on the head over here. So on top there. Then we're going to do a couple other points here for the head, since stress-wise and anxiety-wise favorite place that the roller works on is on my sacrum, so that's like on the bum, basically. Do you have a favorite place where it's rolling that you're like, oh, that's really helping?
Up top right now.
Up top, okay, good. Okay, very good. Okay. So any sensations that you've been feeling so far, Kim?
The top left of my forehead kind of feels like throbbing a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like a deeper ache or
Yes.
just more? Okay, yeah. So that really is more of the chi sensation. So that's good. If that's comfortable for you, it would be great to let it be.
Okay.
But if it's uncomfortable, let me know. I don't
As
want
long
it
as
to
it's
be.
normal, I'm fine.
Oh yes, that's definitely normal. Okay, I'm actually move that one just because there's so much movement there today. Go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and toss that one. All right, perfect. So what we'll do from here, I'll go ahead and toss this one, and then I have one more on that other shoulder because we definitely want to help your shoulders with all the heavy things that you end up carrying throughout the day. Okay, good. All right, so now what we'll do is I'm going to make sure everything's in the right position, and then we're going to let you rest. Go ahead and toss these. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay. So sometimes as I'm moving these needles into the best position, so basically what I'm doing, I'm just doing a small twist as well as just moving it in a little bit more, just to the point basically where I feel some biofeedback from her body, where it's basically putting pressure. It's matching my pressure, and I know, okay, I'm not pushing past that. It's just a very gentle further depth that I'm pushing in for these different needles. So sometimes when that happens, there is a little bit more of those chi sensations. Did you feel that? Or were there certain points you were noticing it more?
Yeah, in my forehead.
Oh, in your forehead, okay. Okay, good. Well, so how are you doing?
Good.
You feel good? Okay, awesome. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and let you rest here, and then in about 20 minutes I'll come on back and we'll get you off, see how you did. Okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so while Kim is having her acupuncture, I thought we'd go over some of the oils that she chose. So first off, what we started with on her head was called In Tune. So this is one that has patchouli and frankincense, like I said, as well as sandalwood and lang lang, as well as chamomile. So if you're familiar with some of those, like chamomile as well as sandalwood, those are oftentimes known to be a very calming types of oils and herbs. Also with the frankincense, that's a really good one to be able to help with neurology and the nervous system, and with memory and cognition as well as learning. So this is one that actually my husband and I would use oftentimes in school, in chiropractic school in particular, and it would just help us to focus as well as take off some of the stress of learning, and we could just be able to be more attentive. So that's a really great blend that we love using in Tune in particular. Deep Blue is great. So that's the peppermint and wintergreen blend that I was mentioning. This is great for any sort of musculoskeletal ache. So more so like if you've got tension in your shoulders, or if you worked out and your legs are a little bit sore, those sorts of things. That's a really good blend to just roll on, or they have a cream, you can just rub that in. So that's a really great blend for musculoskeletal support, Deep Blue. And then the last one that she chose is one called Align. So this is actually, in doTERRA they have the yoga blends, and they have 3. And this is one that is really great. It's called the Centering Blend. So this I have found is one that's especially beneficial for when we have any sort of liver, gallbladder interruptions within the acupuncture pulses. Or if I'm seeing people are dealing with anger, resentment, or even sleep issues. So those are the 3 oils that Kim chose. So what we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and we'll see Kim in a few minutes and see how she did after her acupuncture. So we'll go ahead and start pulling the needles out of everything from Kim's acupuncture. How'd you do, Kim? Good, you sound very relaxed. I don't want to speak so loudly because you do sound so relaxed.
Yeah.
Good. And so the roller was okay the whole time?
Oh yes, I love that part.
Good. Okay, cool. And then, so were you feeling anything in particular? Were you having any, like, did you notice any of them or have any other sensations?
A couple of the, well, I think one fell out up here.
Oh, true. They do fall out. Yes.
And then I had a couple that I felt like kind of tingly or like electric.
Okay.
And then this one on my forehead on the right top is kind of feels like it's pinching.
Ah, okay.
And then I had at one point felt a little bit of nausea. I was wondering if that was normal.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah. So that, especially since we were working on some detoxing points, yes, that the nausea can occur, and it just kind of came and then it passed. Okay, cool, yeah, very good. Thanks. All right, and I'm almost done there. Perfect. Now what we'll do, we'll go ahead and turn off the roller table. Okay. Good. All right, and then I'll pull this out from underneath. And we'll take our time. You can come on up, and we'll just kind of sit here for a second. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Perfect. Well, I'm glad that we could do some acupuncture today
Yeah, me too.
and show everyone different options to be able to help with the stress, as well as some of the musculoskeletal discomfort that we deal with, as well as some of the digestive and detoxive types of hopes that we have. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It was
I always
wonderful.
enjoy it.
Oh, we love getting to see you. So awesome. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you again next time.